Okay, well, participate if you can, if you want to.
I'm gonna try.
All right. I am always interested to find out what are some things that you have had to actively unlearn during your journey. Maybe about masculinity, yourself as it relates to masculinity, the person that you present yourself to be to the world.
Oh, I got one off the top. I ain't always right.
Come on. Oh, that's the one?
I am not always right. We know that. I'm talking about something else. Yo, when I'm depressed, I just go get this money. I just go to the bathroom mirror, splash and tell myself, shake it off, bro. You got this. You can do it.
We do.
Nah, let's see where ISIS go. Yo, sometimes, what you said? No, I said I ain't always right. I'm talking about in a relationship. I had to learn that. I ain't always right.
That's a good one.
And I got to shut up and listen.
I know. Stop looking at me, yo, please. Stop looking at me.
Your turn.
Yes, sir.
Come on in.
You.
It's about to get great.
I don't always got to win.
Ooh.
Still learning that.
That was fire, but I'm hating. That was fire, but I'm hating. You stupid motherfucker. I'm gonna knock you out.
What? You gonna knock me out?
That was fire though.
Yo, get away from me, man.
Corny ass nigga.
That was corny. Yo, get away. Stop hitting me. Yo, don't touch me.
You be saying shit to stand out, stupid nigga. I don't gotta win and pose. Follow ass nigga.
Oh, man.
JC Petty.
What's your answer, Flip?
My shit is ego.
No. What do you mean?
Yo, you can't have a serious conversation with
So
you.
you
Yo.
accept the loss.
No, it's just that back in the day, I would like if me and Joe get into a debate, I don't have to win it. I could just be like, all right, cool, we can agree to disagree. Before I would keep going till my point was embedded in you. And I've learned that you can't do that. You can't change how somebody think most times. Most niggas not even really willing to say, yo, you right, I'm wrong. So you gotta just quit, tap out.
Me? Ego. I had to learn my ego. Man, my ego got in the way of a lot of things, and I always thought I was right. And then Nori said something today when he was here earlier that sometimes it's okay to work for somebody. You know what I mean? When you doing things and
Being the boss is exhausting.
Exactly. And when he said that, I realized even with Joe, man, like we got a genuine friendship, so I do get at him and argue with him, but he be saying some shit that sits well, that resonates, that makes sense. You know what I mean? And I still talk my shit, but then I realize that it's better if you just comply in certain scenarios and not have your ego fuck up something that don't even need to be fucked up. That road is not damaged. You could just have a straight road. You don't have to, you know what I'm saying? So,
Nah, that was dope when he said that.
yeah.
I was sitting there like,
And experience, man. Experience and learning. You got to learn. A lot of us don't like to learn from our mistakes. A lot of us don't like to look into that mirror. We use these affirmations, no disrespect, and all these type of things to sort of mask and put a Band-Aid on things because we're trying to teach ourselves something or trying to convince ourselves that, you know, I'm not this person.
it wasn't you.
You know, it wasn't me. Like, oh, this says this, so it wasn't me. No, it'd be you. So I had to learn that. I had to unlearn. Whatever. Yeah. Big man. Thank you.
You outdid Ish.
In relationships, my tone. Speaking, sometimes you'll say some shit that you just kind of joking around or whatever, and it comes off the complete wrong way.
CPU?
I can relate to that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I can relate to that.
Hell yeah.
Definitely relate.
Okay.
Mel?
I had to unlearn that vulnerability is not weakness. I developed this motto a really, really, really long time ago to never let anybody ever see me shook. Ever. I would never offer a crack in the facade. I always had the same resting bitch face all the time. I never revealed what was going on underneath the surface, and most of the time I was a fucking mess. And so I just can't do that shit no more. Hi. I'm Melyssa.
Oh.
I'm a fucking mess.
Come on. Clap it up for a mess.
I'm a beautiful mess.
I love when
mess.
podcasters are a mess. We get to hear all that shit.
And apparently I'm a little messy too.
Welcome.
Hold on. Joe?
What did you have to unlearn?
You outdid Ish though. You did.
I did what?
He tried to come in. You killed him though. When you kept going.
That's my mate. Joe, your turn.
You had the 72 bar verse.
It's your turn.
Yo, stop trying to deflect, yo.
Nothing for me to deflect about this shit. I can go on for hours about this. What if I had to unlearn? Let's see. I had to unlearn some of my I don't give a fuck from my 20s and 30s. I give a fuck. It may not be a long list of things, but when I care all the way. I love all the way. I immerse myself in some shit. And I had to learn that about myself. I can't immerse myself in some of you toxic, dusty, bum-ass niggas out there. It's a fact. You go out of your way, you invest in, I don't think that's funny right now while I'm here. You go out of your way to love on and pour into and invest in. I'm talking about romantically, professionally, personally, all of these. And everybody's not worth your time. Mm-hmm. Everybody's not worth your space, your energy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like mindset controls, mood set. Like I know we was talking on the last pod about Flip and the steak shit, and we was kikiing and made a joke out of it. But for me, no, that same mindset is very important. Just like to shelter yourself and protect yourself from certain people, their interests, their agendas, their initiatives, because they don't align with mine. We not in the same ministry.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Amen.
Cars.
Yeah, that was a bar.
Yeah, that's what I got, man.
You don't have to rap no more.
What?
Well, just say it, Ish. I
don't got nothing to say.
Your facial expression.
We have 6 cameras looking
I
at
didn't
you do
say
your
no.
little you was doing.
Oh, easy. Easy.
Yo.
Was that was a stereotype?
You can't say that, man.
Can't say that.
Can't say that, Joe.
I totally enabled. I just laughed. Sorry.
We'll bleep it out.
Yeah.
I laugh too. Or not.
Look at Park just right. That's my man, yo.
Yeah. Jot it down. Later.
Oh, gosh.
Melyssa, thank you for making us get all
soft
introspective.
and pink and mushy.
You don't have to always win.
She had to
I'm gonna remind you of that while we're talking. You don't have to always win. It's not that important.
You're definitely not gonna hit into that.
You gain nothing. What do you really win?
What do you
win when you win?
I want to know.
Answer that for us, please.
Please.
It's ego.
Yo, you see how you trying to go, right?
We see him, but
I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm just trying to have a good podcast. I was asked, what do you win?
I'm going to answer you.
Yeah.
So oftentimes, I'll use you and I as an example.
You always use me and you.
Nah, 'cause it's one that
I hate when he do it.
No, it's one that the audience could relate to.
All right, go ahead.
So let's say hypothetically, you and I disagree on something.
Mm-hmm.
We engage, so we debating, and I think I'm
Correct.
logical and rational in my thought. I'll try to make you see my way of thinking. So being who you are, you'll see my way of thinking, but you'll keep going. Just not to let me win. So I'll tap out. Say, all right, cool. You know what happens? You'll come back 3 weeks later and be like, yo, you was right. It's cool. So you know what I'm saying? That
You know what's funny about a bad memory?
you don't remember none of that, huh?
I never remember that.
I know you don't. I know.
It get foggy.
It ain't even 3 weeks.
Look at his man.
Yeah.
Look at his man.
No, because I was waiting for him to tell the truth.
Look at his man.
You was waiting for me to tell you.
Thank God for new hires.
He'll walk right outside and he'd be like, I agree with you.
Neutral Budden.